Hello and welcome to another episode of Hong Kong House Cards, everybody. This is another Mage Edition episode where we find Tony going to talk with a person colloquially known as Yuki Edgelord. So he's given you his business card. On it is an address and a phone number. That's about it.
She'll call him.
He'll pick up the phone. Hello?
Hey, this is Tony. The other night in town. I was wondering if you had a moment to meet up and talk.
Yeah, that should be fine. Where would you like to meet?
Anywhere's fine. Probably somewhere a little private though.
Go to the address that I gave you on the card. That's a little small place I'm using it to find out.
Okay. I'll be there in just a moment.
Okay.
She'll head on over there.
Okay. He will answer the door as you walk up. Starts darting around a little bit. He'll motion for you to come inside.
She'll walk in and just glance around for a moment.
It's kind of like a small office building. It's very, when I say small, it's like a couple of rooms, like 3 rooms total. Um, Very sparsely decorated. There's a couch, some chairs, a small desk, and doors leading into the back of the building.
Okay. And she'll look over at him and say, I'm just sorry to intrude. I was curious though about the people you've been killing around the city. I'm not saying to not go and do your job. I'm just curious on what exactly made them ready for the good death.
He'll nod. It's sometimes difficult to find out, but he'll go back behind the desk, reach into the drawer, and pull out a large, like scrapbook-looking thing, and he'll open it up, and there will be kind of grainy headshots of a bunch of the people that have been announced as dead. And he'll go through them. Um, each one will have a name and what they've been doing. He'll stop at one, point at him, thief, point at another, murderer, point at another one, child pornographer. And he'll just kind of go down the list of about 30 or 40 names so far.
Just a word of warning. You've been dispatching of these people in a the similar manner each and every time, and if you haven't noticed, the city's already bit, a little stir crazy at the moment. I'm just concerned that it might become worse the more you continue this. Not saying it's a bad thing at all. Just saying to be a little bit more cautious.
Well, I appreciate it, but that's one of those things that cannot be helped, I suppose.
Still, I would rather it not get worse for anyone else in this city. If the police force were to, become a lot more worried about the murders.
Give me an intelligence Euthanatos lore.
Okay. I have to say, this is the first time I've had to use that lore.
Nice.
Aha! Wow, I should have spent a willpower. Ow!
Yeah, 2 successes?
Yep.
Okay, that's enough. You know that it's not a super common thing, but among people who have been at it for quite a while, they tend to start leaving kind of a calling card type thing, or they have a signature way of killing people, and it's legitimately not something they can help. They just have to do it.
Okay. Uh, remembering that, she'll kind of continue on and say, uh, I know it isn't any of your fault, but it is still something to kind of watch out for. It's the condition of the city is also a reason why I haven't been going out and doing as much as I can, because I am concerned that these actions of mine would cause more havoc to rain upon the city.
Well, no, that's a very understandable approach to things. But he'll sigh. At this point, I'm not sure whether I can stop.
And just for my clarification, because I don't want to be making any unjustified leaps, do you mind clarifying?
I can't not go out and stop these people,
I see.
regardless of what's happening in the city.
Okay. I understand. And I'm not trying to be rude at all. Like I I can understand your point. Another question. What made you want to come to the city anyway?
I've heard very vague accounts of a lot of things that have happened here, and I was curious to see them for myself.
Depending on what they are, I might be able to help explain in detail a bit more.
I had heard rumblings of leeches and their blood slaves running amok throughout the city, demons attempting to be summoned.
All that's correct. Um, there are. I can't say there are many leeches that I've met, but there are a few. Most of them are a part of this house. It's called the House of Staves, and we have a sort of non can't say non-aggression because there's been a lot of shade being thrown between us, but a non-fighty agreement. But I know of the vampire you're talking about with the ghouls now running around. His name was Zalish, and we have killed him. As for the demons, that is because the wards we have around the city, one of them has fallen. We are. I think we're trying to get it back up. I'm pretty sure we are. I haven't done a lot of. I haven't really put much stock into it. I haven't paid much attention anyway. We are currently trying to fight some of the ghouls, though. I haven't seen one's head in a while, but there are probably many others in the city who have dealt with that.
He'll he'll like his eyes will go unfocused when you say the word when you say Zalicia's name. It's like, no, someone else. Can't remember their name.
There's also Mordecai. We haven't killed him yet, though. Working on it. There's a can't say he's decent. But there's another vampire, kind of, sort of. Well, he is on the hunt for Mordecai as well. I like his commitment to hunting down Mordecai, if I can say one good thing about him.
He'll think again. No, it was a feminine name. I can't for the life of me remember it.
I haven't heard of any feminine vampires around doing that, but like I said, I probably just haven't gotten into it.
I did have a chance to meet one of them, Miss Ramirez, I believe. She seemed pleasant enough.
Yeah, she's not bad. I wouldn't consider her a friend or acquaintance.
I'm not a huge fan of vampires in general, but she's alright.
Yeah, there are a couple others in the city. There's this one that I don't particularly like at all, but that's just a personal vendetta between me and this one vampire. The rest seem to be okay. Uh, I like how they're upfront about how you should never ever trust a vampire. It's really nice. They're vampires and they're just like, don't trust any other vampires.
Only for a few moments. Does that mean if we can't trust vampires, should we trust the one saying not to trust vampires?
We probably can't. Who knows
Hmm.
what they've got planned? They're leeches after all.
So what is going on in the city that I can assist with?
Well, um, hold on, give me a moment because I'm trying to figure out what Tony knows and
Mhm.
what, like, the difference between Jiaying and what Tony and them know because I've been doing a lot of this on Jiaying and not Tony. Um, well, like I said, the ward's up, or the word is down. The lockdown is in effect. Uh, Doing what we can to get the ward up would definitely be beneficial because then the demons, as you said, would be out of the city.
Do you,
There's,
sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, there's also some infernalists in the city. We've been having to deal with them as well. We've, uh, we've killed one, interrogated its ghost. I believe there's another two or three that we've captured, and there are more.
Do you know what kind of wards these are? What form of magic they are?
I do not, but I can ask Master to solve.
Hold on. Depending on the type, I may be able to assist, but I'm not sure. Is Infernalist hunting though? That does seem a bit more up my alley.
It's quite fun. When you cut their heads off, they make this fun little sound.
Does it sound like this? And then he'll kind of try and imitate the sound of someone getting their head cut off. Let me run performance roll. It's at a +2 difficulty because he doesn't have performance. So it's charisma performance. Hang on. my computer will stop freaking out. Eh, alright. I get scared sometimes, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine.
Alright, charisma performance, are you ready for this?
Let's do it.
He actually got a success.
Wow, he's got as much charisma as Tony does. She'll she'll nod. About that, yeah, it's about the right sound. Of course, everyone's been giving me shit because I cut their head off, but whatever.
It is a common problem with us, the morbidity, or jour as some call it.
Yes. Yeah. I have a friend giving me shit about Jor too. That's great. If you have any other questions about the city, feel free to ask. And if you'd like, the next time we go out and deal with an infernalist, I can give you a call if that is what you would like. If not, we should be able to handle it myself and any other person who is called in as well. It's normally just random groups of people that go out and deal with this.
Bill, I would be glad to help in this matter. And I've been a youth and a member of the Knights of Rhadamanthus for a while now. If you have any questions on some of our histories or anything, let me know.
I'm always interested in learning more of our history. It's something that interests me quite a lot.
Well, then,
We're offering our services. If you need any blade or weapon crafted, even armor, I could try getting into armor. Just let me know and I'll see what I can do.
I'm more into firearms, but never hurts to have a spare blade every now and then.
I mean, I've never tried a firearm. Worst comes to worst, I'll just have to get some help from Master Desal. He seems to rather enjoy his firearms.
Kinda not again. He's, he's a little awkward.
There's something else I wanted to talk to you about. I can't remember it, and it is quite annoying.
Do you remember what it had to deal with?
Well, I know it had to deal with, talking to you and this whole this. Oh, yes, I remember what it is. It's what I told you that night. We were you kind of stumbled upon us when we were coming out of the woods. If you ever need any help uh, with delivering the good death, I would be more than happy to accompany you. I'm not any good with firearms, but I mean, I've seen and heard rumors of how precise your shots are, but if you ever can't get one off, then I could. Something or other like that.
I have considered recently taking a more personal approach and possibly bringing some of those who are deserving of the good death under our fold so that they may learn and repent their ways and assist others.
Those who still have a chance at redemption.
He'll nod.
That would be
I'll
good.
let you know if I find any.
Thank you. We could use less bodies in these cities and more reformed people.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah. Who knows? Perhaps one might awaken. Again, there's the Dishka and everything like that, but still.
Mhm.
my friend has been giving me a lot of trouble with how my aura looks, I thought I would mention to you that you might want to try doing something to help yourself out. Your aura does not look very pleasant. If I can assist you in any way possible, I would be more than happy to do that as well. I would not wish to see you come under any negative effects because of that.
He'll nod. I have not had a chance to use my usual method of releasing some steam. It tends to build up when I'm unable to do that.
And if I may ask, what is your usual method?
Are you familiar with fraternities?
I am, yes. I grew up in America.
I I just go out and party like a motherfucker, mostly.
Oh. Oh, well, geez, you should have said that so much earlier. I know this one person who's actually the one who's always getting me onto me about my aura, who very much likes to party. We've, yeah, there have been some clubs and some very weird times at clubs. It's not a frat party, it's just a bunch of semi-nerdy mages going out and messing around, Hong Kong clubs, but something normally happens every time we go to a club. Once we went to a club and someone was nearly boiled alive. So, and then we had to go on this goose chase and things got weird.
It's strange how we tend to attract trouble that way.
Yeah, that is. But, yeah, if that is something I'd like to help you with. So if we ever go out to a club again, I will be certain to extend an invitation.
I would appreciate that.
It's not a
He'll
problem.
he'll take a moment. I feel I've been getting a little dark lately, and he'll look down at how he's dressed. Black trench coat, like black trip gear.
Worse than Gravedigger.
Yeah.
She'll nod and then just kind of shrug. Yeah, I've never really taken appearance into that sort of matter. I mean, you can be as light and happy as you want and still wear pretty, clothes such as yours actually. And I had a friend who was the exact opposite. Oddly enough, and this was back when I was in high school. Uh, she was like the happiest person I know. No, that was a different friend. No, this friend that I was talking about, she was like horribly depressed all the time. Yet she wore bright clothes. It was awkward.
It's certainly interesting.
Indeed. So your appearance is fine to me. I know some people might find it a little weird. There's a guy who dresses similar to you. I find him weird, but that's because he is. So
Would he he wouldn't have happened to been with your group uh, the other night when you guys were coming out of the woods.
he was. He was the one in the top hat.
Ah,
Mhm.
yes, he takes it a little far.
Yeah, you should see him when he's trying to use some of the skills. He ends up having to slice himself. Actually, I had to
He'll
walk in. My apologies.
go ahead.
She was just gonna say, I've happened to have walked in on him while he was having himself cut. Scarification process. I've never understood why people do that, but apparently it helps him with his casting. So, to each his own.
Eventually, he's going to run out of places to scar himself. He does realize that, right?
I'm actually not sure if he does.
I wouldn't bring it up to him. Let him see how it goes.
I wasn't planning on it.
Doop, doop.
Also, one last thing. I have to say, that was an interesting bike you had. Or still have.
He has 10 speed. A friend of mine awakened it a long time ago, and he became my familiar.
She'll she'll actually just kind of stand there and ponder that for a moment. Not trying to be mood or rude. But the bicycle is your familiar.
Yes.
Actually, very interesting. I believe I have bothered you enough for one evening. Thank you very much for entertaining all of my questions.
As I said before, if you have any further questions or matters you need assistance with or anything, give me a call.
And the same to you. I would be more than willing to help out if need be.
He'll bow slightly. I'll talk to you later then.
She'll return the bow and the same. Have a pleasant evening.
Same to you. And with that, I think we can end it unless there's anything else we need to do.
No, yeah, that's it. That's all I
Oh,
needed. Yeah.
thank you for playing. Thanks, future watchers, for watching. This has been another episode of Hong Kong House Talks. Later.